Ladies and gentlemen, it's live time. It's time to go live, my friends out there in Go Live land. I hope y'all are all doing well. So let's start the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, the sexy and not so sexy, big children and little. I am the novelist, author, poet Lamont Anthony Wright, aka Graffiti Blue. You could have been anywhere in the world, but instead you chose to hang out with me for a few brief moments. This is a quick one. I was thinking, I've seen a couple of interviews with a couple of cats that I enjoy in the rap industry, and most notably my man Pete Rock. And Pete Rock was talking about how he fell out with CL Smooth. And that's Mecca and the Soul Brother right there. I was like, man, I never imagined a scenario where Run didn't get along with DMC, but they really don't rock with each other anymore. I really didn't see a scenario where Pete Rock didn't rock with CL Smooth, but they really don't rock with one another like that. I really didn't never saw that. You know what I mean? And I don't know, we get these ideas as fans, right? Sometimes people don't like to call themselves fans of a certain person, but I'm not afraid to say, hey, I was a fan of this one, that one, the third, whatever, whatever, whatever. And we idealize what we figure or what we think or what we believe this entity, this group, this clique, this crew, what they are, and don't understand. Like, it has not happened, but I could not imagine Redman and Method Man not talking. And this idea got me to thinking, who goes crazy the moment you get money with them? Who goes crazy the moment you get money with them? Now look at you, and this is an interesting question. And to be honest with you, this is a public service announcement for all my hustlers, creatives, and entrepreneurs out there. All right, this is for y'all because I'm a creative, I'm a hustler, and I damn sure am an entrepreneur. So I figured I'd sprinkle some game in the internet, right? In the podcast space. Now, a lot of us are smarter than we give ourselves credit for. We all know who the crazies that are around us are. Want to take a bet? Answer yourself this question. We all know money kind of tends to make people crazy. So think in your mind, you hit the lottery for whatever, 200 million. You're probably going to go home not with 200 million after Uncle Sam gets you. Let's say you go home with 115 million. That's still a lot of bread, right? We all know, just in our family, who is going to lose their mind. We know Uncle such and such is going to go crazy, Aunt so and so is going to go crazy, this one, that one. We all know cousin so and so is going to act like y'all been the best twin brothers ever. You know what I mean? We all know. So we could apply this kind of knowledge to the game. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, if you actually get that person out of your circumference, you save a lot of pain later in exchange for a little pain now. Follow what I'm saying? Jump on this problem while it is small. The only thing crazier than a bad friend is a rich bad friend you went and got money with. We know them. I mean, I've been in certain circles, never famous, but certainly hood famous. And every day, and a lot of cats have said things that make me like, man, you have lost your mind and we ain't even get on yet. You know what I'm saying? So you already know if so and so, if would be record label, content dealer, whoever, somebody cut you a huge fucking check. They cut it for you and your whole crew. You had a get money crew. It's you and two other cats, or you and five other cats. That's a better example. Out of this five, you're included in the five. Let's say you might lose your mind too. You know what I'm saying? But you can, let's say you can deal with your crazy. There's always one super humble cat in the clique. Maybe too humble. Maybe humble to a fault. Maybe too loyal to a fault. And some people are loyal just for loyalty's sake. So we got to watch out for that. But of that five, and you got the freaking cowboy and shit, you know what I mean? You got, whatever. But of that five, there's at least one that that it just believes that he or she is maybe a bit more talented than they actually are, smarter than they actually are, not dumb, just not as smart as they think they are. And you can't tell them. You already know. Y'all might be both broke. And even in your broke stage, you can't tell this Negro anything. He won't listen. Talking and listening at the same time doesn't work. All right. So save yourself a lot of pain later by just having a little pain now. And that click of work. Now, it may or may not work because, it gets easier as you get a little older. You know what I mean? I just don't let anybody next to me these days, but that certainly was not the younger version of myself. I was letting all kinds of people next to me because I gave them the benefit of the doubt that they were who they said they were. But motherfuckers be lying all the time. And speaking of time, you can't get time back. And I've seen so much regret in my life, not necessarily by me, but I've just seen a ton of regret in my life. If you live long enough, and some of the people around you live long enough, a couple of those people in your circle are going to be having a lot of regret. I have no regrets. If I lived my life any differently, I wouldn't be where I am now. But everybody's not like me. Most people, I ask the question, hey, do you have any regrets? They'd just be like, oh, I have a ton. And I just don't think that's the way to live, especially if you're happy with who you are right now, then everything you did, regardless on how much it hurt you or not, is makes up a lump sum of who you are today. You follow what I'm saying? So I regret anything. You know what I mean? You could have been maimed, you could have been handicapped, you could have been whatever, but it wouldn't have been the same. But some people just like, well, I didn't get rich the way I planned, so I regret not getting rich, as if being comfortable with all your bills paid and a 775 credit score is a bad thing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, the sexy and the not so sexy, big children and little. I'm the novelist, author, poet, Lamont Anthony Wright, aka Graffiti Blue. And I will end this podcast with a question. Who in your Get Money clique goes crazy the moment you get money with them? And I have a feeling you already